What a year, 18 months, Stevie, that Jadon Sancho has had at Dortmund. Already interest from elsewhere. If he were to move over the next couple of years, what kind of level of club would we be looking at for him?
The best.
Yeah?
How about the best? Because the kid absolutely has got superstar written all over him. He's now a regular in the England side, and rightly so. His play on the field is such that any team worth his salt wants to go and get this kid.
When he was 14, he left Watford to go to Manchester City, and then after City, he went to Dortmund. There's no confirmation, but there was a suggestion at the time that there is a buyback clause. So Manchester United have been linked, the top clubs have been linked, but if City have got first dibs, that changes things, doesn't it?
It does, but at the end of the day, if Jadon Sancho does not want to go back to City, that would completely reverse it again.
True.
The question is, why would Jadon Sancho not want to go back to Manchester City? You know, Man City arguably one of, if not the best side in Europe. A team that you think has to eventually crack that Champions League nut. And with a guy like this, that would certainly help them.
There's also the argument, look, why don't you just stay put for a year or two, get games under your belt, develop like that, and then go elsewhere as an even better player?
Well, he's past that.
You think?
I think he's surpassed that, yes. He's already been through that stage. He now has to take the next stage up from Borussia Dortmund, who clearly are a team that this is pretty much their livelihood. They develop players and sell them on for a huge profit, and then the whole thing starts again. You know, it's like a circle. So Jadon Sancho, for me, has served his time, has got to a level where now he needs to take that step up into the elite bracket, shall we call it, because I think he's ready for it.
We've seen so many players over the years swap them for the team down south, Bayern Munich. Bitter rivals, but it's like Munich watch Dortmund develop players and then say, I'll have some of that. If it was a choice, if Bayern Munich came calling, this is all hypothetical because we're not trying to sell them right now.
It's actually not. It's not hypothetical, Mark, because Bayern Munich of today are a different proposition than they were 5 or 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, they legitimately had a chance to win the Champions League. They don't have, in my opinion, they don't have that chance.
Well, they don't have the chance. Yeah, they don't have the chance that they had back then. Correct.
No. So, and it seems unlikely to me that in the next 12 months they're going to take a huge leap. So, for me, that would discard or certainly get Bayern Munich out of the picture.
However, you know what the Germans are like and Bayern Munich. They'll want to get back to when they are challenging for the Champions League. That would be a statement of intent, them going in for him. But as you said right at the beginning, would he want to go somewhere? The bottom line is, as you know as a player, you've got the final say no matter what the club wants.
Well, if Bayern Munich were, as I said, competing for the Champions League, then that maybe would be an option. But this guy's going to have every option available, in my opinion. And so why would you take the option that isn't going to get there? That makes no sense from a player's point of view.
Let's end hypothetically again. Say Man United, who've been linked strongly with him, decide they want to make a bid for Jadon Sancho, and City might have some sort of first option. Do City buy him even if they're not going to be playing him week in, week out to prevent someone like United from getting him?
He doesn't fall in that category, Mark. He's a player. He, in my opinion, can play for any team in Europe. So I think that takes that out of the equation. The question would be, if you're Sancho, do you sign for United or City? It's not really a question, is it?
Big things ahead for Jadon Sancho, but how much longer will he stay in Germany?